Hey everybody, I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's not cute, not knowing. Let's start with a hug. That hug yesterday was really good because I think we all really needed it, just thinking about things that are going on. I go by the nickname Ginger, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. We got a shout out, Joy Reid, the readout. Last night she came out. She comes on 7 p.m. MSNBC. First African American female to lead, the anchor slot in the evening. She had Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, the mayors of Atlanta, mayor of Chicago. Her show was on fire last night, and we wish her good luck. Andrew Gillum, he would have been the governor of Florida, but it took a different turn. He in turn went into a downslide. He got involved in a very messy scandal. He went into rehab for alcohol addiction. He spoke publicly yesterday, and I know a lot of people say, but he didn't talk about the scandal. I guess he feels it's not time. But he's addressing alcohol addiction, reaching out so maybe he could possibly help others, his wife and family, and keeping that intact. I hope that he's able to salvage. Because even when he lost that race, the governor, he had TV gigs because he's a good-looking man. I was hoping I said, well, maybe he'll go into TV. But whatever the future holds for him, I'm hoping that he's able to pick up the pieces of his life so that he can move forward. Andrew Gillum, that mayor they got in Florida is a mess. He is a mess. That one, the one in Georgia, they're idiots. They're clowns. This is why we have to vote, y'all. This pandemic is real, and the safety of people, it is real. It really is. People are dying. People are getting sick. This year has turned out the way. Who would have thought? We're saying things like COVID, quarantine, entanglement. So many words that we're saying. Speaking of entanglement, Jada Pinkett Smith took to social media yesterday, and this is where you get to help auntie out. She talked about rage. To me, she was rambling because I didn't know what she was saying. She had that affair with August Alsina. Her and Will came to the Red Table Talk, and, bad marriage for life. I don't know what she was talking about. Are you enraged because he made that song with Rick Ross and he won't shut up about it? These were the comments that people had. She belongs to the streets. What does that mean? What does that mean? When someone says they belong to the street, is that another way of saying that they're hood? I didn't get that. They were like throwaway. She belongs to the streets. And I was like, she probably just needs to be quiet. I didn't understand what was going on. I just didn't. I was watching and I was like, this rage and just go be with your husband. Tamar Braxton, we got some good news to report on her. She's awoke, she's alert, and she's in a new facility, out of the hospital, but she's in a place where they deal in depression, they deal in childhood sexual abuse and trauma. It's a mental hospital, and this is what they focus on, and she could be getting the help she so desperately needs. What set Tamar off to try to take her own life? Sources are saying WeTV, they're about to drop her new reality show, Get Your Life, where it's talked about her sexual trauma. Iyanla Van Zant said it best. Maybe you don't need to do reality TV. Maybe this isn't. But when you become accustomed to the money, even though they don't make as much as the Kardashians, when you become accustomed to the money and you do it, maybe she's regretting admitting this for the family, because now everybody is like, well, who was it? How did this happen? How you never said anything? Were your other sisters molested as well? A lot of questions, but they're saying that this is what drove her over the edge. But she's in a mental facility and she's getting some help, and we want her to get back on her feet. Kanye West, unfortunately, at this time, he's not in a mental institution or getting help because he needs help. Yesterday I brought up where them doggone Kardashians. They don't know what to do with him. I think they're afraid. They said, you can show up with doctors, but if you won't go to a facility, you just won't go. I'm sure that Kim is embarrassed, worried about the safety of her children. I know Chris is probably worried about the branding of the Kardashians and how do you make this go away. Sources say that Kanye said he wanted to do something big for his presidential campaign, and he's got a new album, Donda, coming out on Friday. He said some alarming things. He said the movie Get Out was about him. Have you seen Get Out? It's the Jordan Peele movie about a black guy dating a white lady, white girl. She brings him to meet her parents. Immediately he realizes, I shouldn't drink this tea because all the blacks around here are acting strange. The movie was about they would find African Americans and they would do brain transformations, organ harvesting and stuff like that. I'll be hearing noises. Organ harvesting and stuff like that. And that's what the movie was about. Are you surprised that Kanye would say that movie was about him? Because a lot of people say there is a Kardashian curse. They get with these brothers, and the next thing you know, the brothers just ain't right again. He also said that NBC locked up Bill Cosby. It was this statement, y'all. It was this statement that people just lost their minds on social media when he said that. He also said that the E Network and NBC do not control his life. I guess he doesn't want to go back to living in Los Angeles. He said he didn't want Kris Jenner around his children. At this point, it may not be best for him to be around his own children. But maybe he'll go get help, some say, once the album is released. Could it be a big publicity stunt? As I said yesterday, mental health is a real thing. I would hope that they would not be doing this for publicity. The ABC News exec who was in charge of HR and promoting people, Barbara Fadida, ABC fired her. They found that she did indeed say a lot of racially insensitive things. What did she say? But Robin Roberts, who leads up Good Morning America, was in talks for a raise. They said to Barbara Fadida was like, she should be lucky she ain't picking cotton. Sunny Hostin of The View, lawyer, prosecutor, said she's low rent. Whatever low rent is. A lot of people were shocked. I know that Whoopi Goldberg was friends with this lady, but they say that she was instrumental in a lot of African Americans leaving the network. ABC has fired her based on these remarks, not on the other things that may have happened, but based on these remarks. Now, I've also heard that Sunny Hostin was going to leave The View if ABC did not fire this woman for things that she said. It's been 27 years since Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts graced the big screen in the movie The Pelican Grief. They're teaming up for a new movie on Netflix entitled Leave the World Behind. It's about two families getting stuck in Long Island. There's a blackout. So if you have a blackout, there's no electricity. There's no internet. There's no cell phone service. Have you ever experienced a blackout with a teenager? Why do they act like if they can't get internet service, like the world is literally coming to an end? This is how serious teenagers take it. What's funny about this, they say it's going to deal with race, class, parenthood. There's a lot of excitement about these two coming together to work again. But really, when people lose their internet, they lose their minds. But it's called Leave the World Behind, and Netflix got the rights to make the movie. I believe that Julia Roberts has a stake in it. I know that Denzel is one of the producers, so they all play different roles, but Denzel and Julia Roberts are going to star. This is the day that Kevin Hart becomes an action star, courtesy of Quibi. What's amazing about Quibi, it's a streaming service where everything is in 10 minutes or less. In the movie Die Hard, Kevin plays an action star and he's being taught by John Travolta. That starts streaming today. It's a big honor for Idris Elba. He's getting the British Academy Television Awards. It's called BAFTA. This is an exciting time for Idris. He just signed a TV deal with Apple TV. His popular BBC show Luther, they're going to try to make it into a movie. Luther. Idris has a lot of projects coming out, including a movie that he filmed in Philadelphia entitled Concrete Cowboy. But a big congratulations to Idris Elba on getting the BAFTA Award. I do a podcast, Patty and the Millennials. I think that conversation is important no matter what you talk about, even if you don't disagree. This week, me and the crew, I'm baby boomer, millennials, Gen X. We talk about things that the opposite sex does that drives you up a wall. I know for some men, many men, they can't stand a woman who nags. Or a mean woman for no reason at all but to be mean. Or women, you get men, they're cheap. That's such a pet peeve. I mean, and when I say cheap, I didn't say, well, I don't have no money. Nope. It could be men with money, and they are cheap, and you be looking at them like you really are giving them the side eye. This conversation was funny because the men truly went off. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, the iHeartRadio app, downloaded for free. It's called Patty and the Millennials, because I'm the baby boomer leading the conversation. Sounds like a singing group, but it was just a real interesting name. I thought that would be cool for a podcast. I've been podcasting for about 4 years now, and I like it because I like having conversation. It's not cute not knowing. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe to the channel. The channel is growing, and I thank you. Spread the word. Leave a comment. To all the newbies, hi. Hope you enjoy the channel, the information. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I'm Patty Jackson. Even when we disagree, it makes for a great conversation. So leave a comment. If I heart you, that means that I saw it. I'm going to catch up on a lot of comments today because last night I was in mommy world last night, and by the time I went to sleep, I literally just passed out. So I'm going to catch up with all of those things today. But thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I'm Patty Jackson. It's not cute not knowing.